Hello and welcome to another spectacular Buff Sports Live. I'm Alexis Semino. This week, football head coach Karl Dorrell said the coaching staff is finishing their install of the new systems, and they're ready to start fine-tuning next week. Dorrell says the Buffs have picked the concepts up quickly, and he may be ready to expand the playbook. There are still some position battles that need to be worked out. Those are quarterback, wide receiver, and running back. Dorrell says he thinks those will work themselves out.
So it's a good practice. We got to be better at our execution in the details that goes with it. You know, when it's damp and cold and a little misty. But I was pleased with the work today, though. It was good work.
Now, speaking of competitions, things are heating up between senior Sam Neuer and junior Tyler Lytle. Both are in position to take the starting quarterback position for the Buffs this year. Who will win the coveted spot? So far, it is unclear, as both are promising prospects. Neuer has playing experience from last year when he converted to safety for a few games. He says that this helped him with his knowledge of the game as a whole. As for Lytle, he says he is focusing on his leadership skills and hopes he has what it takes to lead our Buffaloes.
The concern I have a little bit is the experience in playing in games. You know, it's invaluable. You can't, it's hard to simulate game experience. Even in scrimmages, they're not getting hit. So I worry about that a little bit. And just experience-wise, we're still young, although we're upperclassmen.
One of the reasons football and basketball were able to restart their seasons was because of the Pac-12 testing protocol. The Pac-12 signed a deal with a company called Quidel to test each athlete daily. The athletic department says each athlete has to take an antigen test for the coronavirus 6 days a week. The athletes come to the facility in pods, they get tested, and wait in a holding room until the results come back. Once a week, the athletes take the more sensitive PCR tests. The football team planned to stay together in the hotel, well, until today, but they've announced that that's been extended. The football team will stay in that hotel for longer than they originally planned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the day. You know the drill. No Google, no YouTube, no encyclopedias. It's time for this week's trivia question. In the spirit of this year's exciting quarterback race, we were wondering, when was the last time that the Buffaloes needed a contest to determine the starting quarterback? If you know that one, see if you can remember who won the job that year. Well, after all that football talk, I'd say that's probably time for some basketball stories. We've got all the CU basketball news you need right after the break.
Please record and Mike and Q talent in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mic up on 2.
All right, take 1.
And fade camera 2.
Take 3. Ready, red.
Roll red. Take cam 1. Take red. Take it. Come on, roll red. Let's go.
All right.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just calling the show.
There's no show.
Thinking about all these sports finally coming back has got me very excited. Zoe Paulson feels the same way, and she's up next with Buff Banter.
Hello everyone and welcome to Buff Banter. I'm Zoe Paulson and I'm starting to get really excited for the season. I'm not even talking about the football season. I'm talking about men's basketball. I was among those who were completely devastated when they canceled March Madness last year. A Denver Post article recalls it as the March Sadness. But with the start of practice this past week, the March Sadness is finally over and we're free to get excited about this year. I looked all across the internet reading about professional predictions for this upcoming season. Is it too early for that? Probably, but I did it anyway. One thing I noticed that all the predictions had in common, they all severely underestimate the Colorado Buffaloes. Most lists put them in the honorable mention category, meaning they're good, just not good enough to make the top 25 or 40 or whatever the list may be. Some lists don't feature the Buffs at all. Well, I'm here with a bold statement. The CU basketball team is strong this year, stronger than the professional predictors will give them credit for. We've got a very experienced and confident McKinley Wright leading us, an energetic Tad Boyle coaching us, an impressive class of incoming freshmen, and a team that feels it has some unfinished business to attend to. Combine all of that and you have yourself one heck of a basketball team. With that in mind, I can think forward to March, and I can predict a pretty impressive run. My prediction is that the Buffaloes will make it to the Elite Eight round of the tournament. After a great season and a strong showing in the tournament, we'll shock the world by making it further than any of those professional predictions could have predicted. I hope I'm wrong, though. I hope we end up NCAA champions. Back to you, Alexa.
The CU women's basketball team is also preparing for their upcoming season, although it has not come without challenges. The team has seen delays on practices because of COVID restriction, and it has been difficult for them to get training time. Coach J.R. Payne says that despite this, she still feels good about where the team is. Although they may be a bit behind, they have spent lots of time conditioning and getting physically stronger. Up next, we'll get an update on this week in Buffs history. Stay with us.
Deserves a second look. Michael taking off, the patented tongue comes out. Just in front of that line. Look at this, the double clutch, the rebound. Pass in left wing, looks behind him, wide open, right wing, up top, open for three, fires.
Really good basketball, Mark. Unselfish, smart basketball.
Open for three, fires, nothing but nylon from downtown. Good ball move by Colorado.
This week in Buffs history, back in 1988, it was the first time Colorado played football under the lights at Folsom Stadium. The date was October 22nd, 1988. Head coach Bill McCartney and the Buffs were set to play Oklahoma, ranked 8th nationally in the country. Folsom Field didn't even have lights at the time. ESPN and ABC brought in lights on cranes to make sure people could see the players at night. The Buffs ended up losing that game 17-14, edged out by a quick field goal. It's no secret the athletic department has been struggling with finances during the pandemic. Christina Robin is here to tell us how they're trying to fix that.
Financial shortfalls are pouring down all across the country, and CU is no exception. The Colorado Athletic Department lost up to $7.5 million in their budget and, as a response, announced the One campaign. Athletic Director Rick George introduced the new effort on Thursday. The latest fundraising attempt is a unique way to help combat the financial impact of COVID-19. The idea for the One is built around the idea that the Buffs are one community with one common purpose and one goal: to support all Colorado student athletes for each of CU's 17 varsity sports. There are over 350 student athletes on campus, as well as a hefty staff full of coaches, mentors, and tutors to help support athletes. The funding from the program will include academic support, nutrition, sports medicine, mental health and wellness, and facility maintenance. Funding is key to the foundational success to the BuffSports programs. Everyone is invited to donate to the One campaign, whether a longtime donor, season ticket holder, or maybe even a student.
Coming up, we've got our famous tweet of the week. And of course, don't forget to keep thinking about the trivia question. We'll give you the answer after this.
They were nervous and inexperienced, as new faces looking to achieve greatness. As the years went on, they grew confident in their abilities.
Maybe. Yes, sir!
Now they look to guide others in the same pursuit.
There it is! Can you believe it?
All are welcome to be featured on the biggest stage.
Is it his time? Yes!
We invite you to discover what you're capable of at BuffSports Live.
All right, everyone, put your thinking caps back on. It's finally time for us to reveal the answer to this week's trivia question. We asked you, when was the last time that the Buffaloes needed a contest to determine the starting quarterback? And the answer is 2012. Before Steven Montez and Sefo Lufau, there was a vacancy at the QB spot. Jordan Webb Jr., formerly the quarterback for Kansas, won the spot despite being the smallest out of everyone who competed for the job. Unfortunately, the Buffs did not shine too brightly in 2012, finishing the season with 1 win and 11 losses. Well, everyone, that wraps up another fantastic show here at Buff Sports Live. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, click the like button, comment when you can, and share with your friends. I'm Alexis Semino, out.